connected to a crime, you can lose your housing. Those are the rules across several metro communities.
It's part of a program called Crime-Free Housing, which also encourages landlords not to rent to certain convicted criminals.
And police who back these policies say the rules are just making the community safer, but fair housing advocates and convicted felons question the tactics.
Denver 7's Jennifer Kovaleski goes 360.
Hello, Denver Police.
We've all seen them, or at least heard of them.
Stabbings, shootings, people getting beaten up.
Apartment complexes with slumlord landlords and bad tenants. Magnets for crime and constant police activity.
We could be at one of them like 3, 4, 5 times a day.
In Longmont, police deployed a national program called Crime-Free Multi-Housing to keep illegal activity out of rental properties. But not everyone agrees. So let's take a 360 ride. Hear from Longmont police, who say the program is lowering crime and making their community safer. The view of a convicted felon who says people can change. A housing attorney who says it increases property values. And a local landlord who says it made his complex a better place to live.
The first year I was here, I saw a real need for this program.
Master Police Officer Sarah Arney helped bring crime-free housing to Longmont.
You'd have people not really knowing who was living in their properties. They'd have a lot more problems, a lot more police presence.
Since they launched 9 years ago, Longmont's voluntary program has grown to more than 200 rental properties. And Arnie says they've seen real results to lower crime.
It's made a huge impact, I think, on Longmont.
What does it take to be a part of Crime-Free?
That's what you're here for today.
Property managers have to go to this 8-hour police training.
You need to really understand who you're renting to,
which teaches them crime prevention and how to screen tenants. Landlords then have to go through a security inspection, hold a community meeting. And the backbone of the program is this crime-free lease addendum. Residents must sign before they lease, which says any criminal activity on or near their rental property is an evictable offense.
We don't encourage renting to sex offenders.
Brandon Christensen has learned that the hard way.
It feels counterproductive that I can't follow the rules because of the rules.
Christensen is a convicted sex offender who can't find housing in Longmont.
Ended up copping a feel from at the time, 13-year-old who was living with us.
Out on parole, in treatment and on new medication.
I'm fully willing to own up to all the responsibility. I was just completely undiagnosed with a whole bunch of mental health problems.
Christensen found work at a local restaurant, but blames Longmont's crime-free housing for why he's having to couch surf.
I wish people knew that people can change because you're cultivating a system that almost motivates people to go out and do more crime.
We don't say to anyone, don't rent to felons. We don't say that because we can't.
They can't say that because of new federal housing guidelines.
Yes, sir.
Housing attorney Deborah Wilson says are very clear.
Instead, we do a balancing test. So if someone calls and says, do you rent to felons? The answer is, it depends.
It depends on your rental history, your credit, how long ago the crime occurred, and its severity. Wilson says Christensen's crime falls into a different category.
The likelihood of someone reviolating statistically is higher, and the potential harm to a child or a person in the community, I mean, you can't put a price on the harm that would cause.
Wilson is the legal voice behind Longmont's program and helps train landlords on what they can and cannot do.
Educated landlords make good decisions. They don't discriminate, if I can help it.
Wilson says she's seen firsthand the power of crime-free.
It increases property values because the less crime there is in the community, the more people want to live there.
Longmont landlord Corey Robinson agrees. He owns several multi-unit rental properties, all of which are crime-free.
Oh, it's terrific. It's totally changed my property.
He calls the program a game changer for 2 reasons. One, the partnership between police. An email he's sent every day about any police activity on his property.
It means that I know about it before they know that I know about it. So it's really effective for me as a property owner.
The ACLU of Ohio sent the city this 8-page letter.
The ACLU has led the charge to strike down similar crime-free programs in other states, calling them unconstitutional and discriminatory. The ACLU National Racial Justice Program told us in a statement it does not approve of Longmont's program, calling crime-free inherently troubling. Going on to say, however, we are glad that Longmont, unlike other jurisdictions, has updated its program to make clear that banning tenants with criminal records on a blanket basis violates the Fair Housing Act.
I'm still trying to do the right thing now and just bring attention to all this.
Jennifer Kovaleski, Denver 7.
And if we missed your perspective in our report, we want to hear from you. The email is 360@thedenverchannel.com or weigh in on the Denver 7 Facebook and Twitter pages.